It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep. Hola. Buenos días. Me llamo Zack. ¿Cómo te llamas?
I'm Jess, and we are Money Marriage.
Magic.
Oh, we reversed it this time.
Yes,
Look
we did.
at that. We're not that much of creatures of habit. We can change.
Just by doing that, it's going to offset the whole day.
The whole day.
In a great
I thought it was
way.
like I should sit in this side sometimes. You should sit in this side sometimes.
Sure.
As long as my hair is parted or I'm wearing a hat.
That is true.
I have to sit on this side
True.
when my hair is parted.
Anybody else out there waking up? Probably more women than men that like they only part your hair a certain way. So when you take
Good
a photo,
side, bad side.
My good side. Do guys have good side and bad sides?
Sure. Your body is not symmetrical. There's one side's different than the other. One boob's bigger than the other. One foot's bigger than the other.
So there's no such thing as perfection, like the perfect boob or the perfect foot. You said boob, so I said boob. You said it first.
I don't even know where we're going with this. No, you're right. I completely agree with you. And I'm happy to say there is no such thing as perfection.
Yes. So why strive for it? And that kind of veers into what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about trying to stay fit at 40.
Because we are in our 40s.
I'm 33.
I'm 32 in my mind, or 31 maybe, somewhere around there.
But we are heavily loving to stay, active, fit. We observe eating as best as we can, sustainably, realistically. It's big about realistic and not setting your goals too high, and engulfing into your daily life and making it doable. I think so.
Okay. I didn't want to start with this, but I'm going to start with this. I was working out this morning. Mondays, I usually try to do some sort of workout, meaning lifting weights, cardio /weights/hit/ whatever, 30 to 40 minute workout, Monday through Friday. That is like my drive, my mission. I have been on this path now for probably over 3+ months, 4 months,
every
maybe.
Day, pretty much every.
I haven't missed a day. We were in New York. New York, I missed 2 days technically. And I've been pretty religious about it. And to be honest, I'm quite proud of myself because I don't really stick to things quite that well. So this is been a big deal for me.
It's because she's a Sagittarius. She doesn't stick to things.
It's because I put my booty outside. Stop.
Watch the last episode of Zodiac Signs. You'll get what that was.
You'll get that. Okay, so here's the thing. I think we're all delusional about what working out does for us.
Why do you think we're delusional?
Because we expect to go in a gym or go to a fitness class or go to a yoga class or do things, but we expect extreme results.
Why do you think we expect?
Because I think mentally working out is how we get in shape. Right?
I was just trying to get to it's because just social. What you watch and look at every single day gives you a false perspective on the daily of what you could probably do, and you don't know what someone's doing that has gotten or looks a certain way.
Absolutely.
And you just think I can do it. They did it. I'm like, oh, it takes a lot of work. I'm like, oh, I don't know. A
lot of work. Well, there's just so many elements, right? Your sleep is an element. The workout is an element. Your eating is the biggest element. Your consumption is the most intricate part of this, but we forget about it because I know some people, I've been working out 5 days a week and I've seen no change. Well, that's bullshit because you just aren't acknowledging the change. Your mental has for sure changed.
Because you think someone thinks they should be a lot further along within that week.
Visually. The problem is we have such a high expectation on us for a visual actual change, right? You either want to see the scale moving. Not many people are measuring themselves to see if you're actually getting losing inches, because if you're gaining weight, muscle, there's that whole muscle mass kind of disaster thing. And then it's really you feel like you've committed, I've committed 4 months. I have seen a change in the definition in my body. The scale has not given me a single ounce of gratification or acknowledgement or anything. So the scale is bullshit. Throw it away. You don't need one of those.
Going back to what you said, I mean, when you start the journey, what do you want out of it?
But hold on. I came up with the best thing today. I was like, instead of treating working out as that's what's going to change the way you look, that's what's going to make you fitter, it's going to give you a 6-pack, it's going to give you the booty you want, the legs you want, you're going to lose weight, right? What if we stopped thinking about it like that and started treating it like brushing our teeth?
Just do it every day.
It's a habit, right?
Oh, for sure.
It's a habit that you have to do.
But you have to do it.
But that's what I mean. But stop looking at it like I'm working out because I'm going to see this new Jess. I'm going to see this weightlifting body like I had when I was a teenager. And even then I didn't even really love my body, to be honest, because it was like forever changing. And I couldn't understand going from like a kid to like a teenager and hormones and getting curves and all this stuff. Like it was too much for me. So what if you just treated it like brushing your teeth, right? You got to brush your teeth. You should be brushing your teeth 3 times a day, apparently. I'm not going to lie. I don't do that. I don't know anybody who does, but you brush your teeth twice a day, right? You're going to floss and you're going to brush. Because if you don't, you're going to have fuzz on your teeth. You're going to have yellow teeth. You're going to get cavities.
So
you're going to have
to as an analogy in a way.
Yeah.
Not like, okay.
Somewhat, but
if
I mean,
you don't
like,
do A, B, and C.
If you don't do it,
the rest of the alphabet,
you're going
to
to suffer. So if you treat your workouts as that, you are going to suffer.
Yeah,
now, your heart's going to suffer, your lungs are going to suffer, your mental's going to suffer, your joints, your bones, everything's going to suffer as you don't do it.
So if you don't brush your teeth 2 or 3 times a day and floss and all that stuff, and let's say you're 10 years down the road,
you're going to have major problems.
You're going to be at the dentist a lot. So the dentist could be the doctor. If you don't start taking that path of exercising and taking care of your body, 10 years down the road, you're going to be at the doctor's and you're going to be doing a lot of the things, whether you're taking pills or
investing in your health, because you can freely and invest in your health right now.
I thought you meant
for a prolonged life investment. You don't have to be at the doctor's. You're not going to have, hopefully your arthritis isn't going to be as bad. Hopefully your bone density is going to be higher. Hopefully your muscle mass is going to be higher. Hopefully your brain, your mental, you're not going to be on, I'm not saying that people who work out don't take antidepressants or anything like that, but your overall well-being is being taken care of. Stop looking at it as I want to see how I'm going to look because I'm committing to this. You can't just work out and see a change. You cannot.
But it also depends, like what change that if there is a change you're wanting, it has to be.
It has to be realistic. Change. You have to be realistic. What you are consuming is what is making the way you look the way you look. Period.
So here's what I think. And
I am not educated in this, but I am educated enough. Well,
you and we know it works for us, and we've tried it with us, and it's realistic, it's doable in a way. But just like I've always said on a side note, like that, once every 3 months, 6 months, let's say, everybody should get a free therapy, some kind of free therapy session. But they should do that also with trainers or someone who is a health world, because when people go into their first week or month of doing something, all we know is what we've read and what the YouTube special that we're watching has told us.
True.
Your body, if I go into something and someone hasn't worked out or exercised for 6 months and their back is sore, I mean, you could really hurt yourself. So you need to get a free assessment
to slowly ease into
with it not costing you, to put you on a path. Like, here's I assessed you. Let's do some movement, see where you're at. Okay, I think you could do this in 3 months. We'll check in. We'll just do a quick Zoom call, and that's it. But everything costs so much money that people don't do it. Trainers cost money, whatever. That's why everybody goes into the TV, the online world, which we'll probably get into. But that can be a failure because someone doesn't know what they're realistically able to do.
Too many steps, and then you're frustrated and you're angry because you tried.
And you go back, because you get all this motivation. You're like, you know what? This month is the month. I'm not going to drink. I'm going to eat healthy, and I'm going to exercise. And all of a sudden, the weekend, you're like, I hurt my back, or I injured myself because I didn't know.
Too much to go into it as right away. And let me just backtrack for a quick second. The reason why I'm saying you cannot just work out and expect results, everything has to line up, okay? So even though I've been committed to my working out, and don't get me wrong, I see more muscle in here, I can feel more muscle. I can do a squat or a lunge that I used to hate doing. And I would be using 5-8 pound weights. Now I'm at 15. And I told Zach the other day, I have to buy 20 pounds because I do need something. I can feel my body's muscle changing, okay? No, that sounds crazy, but I can.
Oh no, that's not great. You're 3 months in.
4 months in. I can feel it.
So you can feel it changing, but like you said, the scale
is not
change.
telling me a thing.
But what have I said that I think that she's gaining muscle?
Sure, and I'm okay with that. But I haven't really focused on my eating, and this is where it comes down to. Okay, I know that if I want to see incredible physical change, especially in your 40s. Now, if you're in your 30s, trust me, in my 30s, I was too busy chasing a kid, living life, starting businesses, I wasn't very focused on my mental, physical activity. Like, it's not that I was probably the thinnest I've ever been in my life in my 30s because I had a child and like I wasn't nourishing myself. I breastfed, I ran around, I had little sleep. That was not my priority.
But age is a factor too,
But
because
yeah,
when
it
you're 21,
is.
you can
Sure.
eat whatever you want,
Sure.
drink whatever you want, and you
Sure.
can still have like a six pack and do whatever.
Yeah, but you
As
can
know,
kind of
it's
do that,
different.
which is weird.
Yeah, but
Your metabolism is unfair.
Yeah, but I'm active all the time. Like
True.
the reason why I dress daily in like comfy clothes is because there's something I'm going to do that day that involves me getting dirty. So I'm like, why not just be comfy anyway? So it's like, I'm just, unless we're going out to dinner or dressed up, I'm like, I'm fine. But other than that, I want to be comfy.
But here's what I'm trying to say. I know if I clean up my act and listen, I'm not diligent enough to count calories. I'm never going to do that. But I do know that if I want to see major change, I'm going to have to change what I am putting in my mouth.
So is that realistic?
Ish.
So not that you can or can't do it. Of course you could do it, But then again, if we do feel this a lot, if you have a partner, if you were to go down that path, the other person has to do. I feel.
Okay, hold on.
Has to.
I totally agree with you. Like, I couldn't agree with you more on that. However, I know for me right now, what it would help me a lot, instead of eating the full plate, eat the half plate. Like, I definitely am consuming more calories than my body actually needs, and like, I got a sweet tooth, you guys. Like,
and I don't.
Man,
I do, but not like her.
Oh, it's like gummy candies and licorice and sugar. Like, if it's there, it's so hard. Okay. And then it's like, well, you live one life. That and like wine. I love drinking wine. I know if I cut back my consumption of wine to half, I guarantee you I would see a change. Mm-hmm. And that's an easy change. But then again, life is also short. So I have this like devil angel on my shoulder being like, I don't need a glass of wine. I'm not going to have a glass of wine tonight. And then I'm like, what if you died tomorrow? You should just have that glass of wine. Like, what's the big deal? What's one glass of wine? One glass of wine is usually a glass and a half, 2 glasses sometimes. And
I think the life is too short saying has been overused and it's used in the wrong category.
So I can't use it anymore?
It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out in so many ways.
Fair enough.
But sure, in certain times, like if you are going to go on a trip of your lifetime, if you're going to go zip lining or something, things like that are like, but not food and drink. I mean, like if you're going to, if you're going to try to eat a guinea pig, if you're in Peru one day and you're like, no, I'm like, you know what, I'm only, those, a dried beetle in Thailand,
I'm good. I'm good in those departments.
But yeah, talking about food, I do agree.
It is.
The
it's just
portion
the consumption.
control.
It's portion control. It's portion control.
So, and there's different categories. I always ask Jess and people, I'm like, if you could choose, you got to do them all, but like only eat well or work out, one or the other. I honestly would probably choose food. Because you're going to still move around and do certain things or maybe go for walks, but like setting aside a half hour to work out, I would rather take food. And then when you take that food, just like cut your portion in half.
Eating the food you want to eat. You're not going to change your diet, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to be clear.
But if you, I always try to think of a realistic way of approaching this to get your foot in the door. And then once you're in the door, take another more steps and you're like 3 months in working out. So you're already into another room. You've already explored something else. But cutting your portion size in half it takes zero energy except your brain.
Yeah,
you don't have to work out.
That's the hardest thing to ever
just start
control.
There. Just start there. One thing. Just cut your portion in half, wait 15 minutes, and then see. If you're still hungry, go ahead and eat more. But if you're not, you do that a couple of times, you're like, oh man.
You know what else is kind of crazy too right now? I feel like, and I think that this is making it really hard for people, and social media is kind of having an effect on this, essentially, and honesty. There are a lot of weight loss drugs out there that work. Like, I'm talking somehow, because I've been talking about this with my girlfriends, my phone has heard me. I'm getting pushed with Ozempic drug advertisements nonstop every day, like 3 or 4 times. I'm seeing it. I'm like, what is going on?
I must have turned some out because I have nothing that ever hits me
well, you're
with
lucky.
any advertisement.
You're
ever.
lucky. But, which is fine. You know what I mean? But like, some people you're seeing are losing drastic weight and you're like, whoa, like that, what are they doing? Like, I need to talk to them. You know what I mean? And there's this podcast that I really like to watch, and like Cat and Nat, and they're clear. They're taking a drug for their ADHD, and the side effect of that drug is like loss of appetite. So less calories in equals burn more, and they've lost weight. But the thing is, I'm like, okay, they're both doing something and they ain't working out and changing their food, because they've both dropped and listen, I don't give a shit what you do in your life. If that's what works for you and makes you happy, I think happiness trumps everything. Okay. When you're happy, you will lose the weight. When you're happy, you will feel better in your clothes. When you're happy, you'll be a better mom, sister, friend, cousin, kind of thing. So I don't care. Please don't take this as at all that I am judging anybody for their choices. That's your choice. You do what you want to do. But I was like, there's no way that they're doing this losing this weight at the same time.
Is that sustainable? Like, are you, if you
well,
want to...
if they have ADHD and they're going to be on that medication for their whole life and the other side effects aren't aggressive, yeah, it's totally sustainable.
Yeah, I don't know the side effects of all the drugs. I just hear the word drugs and I just
But I
take
know
a
there's
left
like
turn.
two.
For me.
It's Ozempic and another one. I think they were meant as a diabetic medication because one of our friends' husbands is a diabetic and he's on a diabetic medication for his diabetes.
So it suppresses your
and it suppresses your appetite, and he's lost a ton of weight.
So I would then, again, if you don't have to work out, then guess what? You have a half hour or an hour extra every day that you're not working out. So what are you going to do with that day? One, and two, why is it suppressing my appetite? What's in there? Like, dive super deep. I don't know. It's a derivative of some plant-based whatever. Okay. And also, while you're doing that, you're losing weight. Are you changing anything else? Again, you were given an extra half hour of your day by not having to work out because this drug's working.
But I don't. You're not hearing me. I don't think that's the case. I think you should still work out.
No, people are okay.
Because like the problem is, and this is the fitness at 40, right? Your bone depletion is like aggressively going bye-bye. Your muscle depletion is going bye-bye. And this is why as we age, you take one wrong step and boom, you've broken your hip, or you need your knee is out of place. Well, now
you're going back to the brushing your teeth analogy.
So
if
that
you didn't do anything
even
prior.
I feel like everybody's got 30 minutes to invest in their health. Everybody. I don't care. Don't tell me differently. I'll fight you tooth and nail on this.
Now we can prove it because you just go to your phone and you see how much screen time you've been using.
Yeah,
like, guarantee you could knock off a half hour per day off that. Guarantee. Or double it up.
Or go for a quick walk. Like, I mean, I don't know that that's going to necessarily give you what you need to sustain your muscle bone density for the rest of your life, but it's better than nothing. It's a great start. It gets you, plus you get vitamin D, which is so important.
But over time, unless I think someone sees some kind of change, then it's going to be tough to keep going at it. But that change also could be just a happy mental. You got to think these are all connected. It's mind and body.
You need it all to line up. Like everything's just kind of like, like a little Tetris. Like that's all everybody's looking for.
Do you think it'll ever line up?
For me?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's maybe not line up, but now you're on the right road. You've chosen the right, on-ramp.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad or upset, but I'm thriving and striving to constantly adjust and tweak it and make it better. And I think that's all I can really do for myself. Like if I put too much pressure on myself, it'll be really bad. I love going out for dinner with my husband and my friends, and I love going out. My girlfriends are like, hey, let's go to the winery. I'm not going to be the girl who's going to be like, oh, I'll come, but I'm going to bring my LaCroix and I'm just going to sit there. I'm not that person. I realistically know myself. I'm never going to be that person.
Well, and that's the thing. I agree. I am too. That's why I think that's why we stay active, because we want to do what we want on a daily basis, but also you have to think what's realistic in your life, in your schedule, in everything. If it's going to go for a month, then why put yourself through that? Tease yourself for a month. Great. You dropped whatever, you're feeling great. And then you go right back to the normal. What can you sustainably bring into your life and have it that way forever?
I want to maintain, but elevate, just constantly get better as I get older. You know what I mean? Like I don't need a six pack. I don't. Like I've never had a six pack in my life. That's never something I've strived for, but I do know that I want to have a healthy, fit body as well. And that means mind, body, and soul, like everything.
Would you rather have like 1 year of 100%, like, man, I'm looking the best. I feel great, but for 1 year, and then it goes back to normal for the rest of your life, or just like 25% of that for the rest of your life? Like of just, I've cut back on this. I'd rather have whatever the answer is just for the rest of my life. What?
What's that orange thing over there? Oh, sorry. Distracted squirrel. Never mind.
Oh.
I know what it is.
I'd rather have something always just for the rest of my life. That sustainably we can bring in, I can do. And then while you do that 25% and you keep, it's going to gradually grow from that. As you said, now you're looking for other ways to do things because now your body's used to the 3 months. You're
Plus,
heavily.
I just don't think that like we really truly understand as we age. Like nobody, there's no like, it's obvious, you know, age is inevitable, right? It's going to happen. But the decline, if you don't keep putting in the efforts, I guess I've just seen it so much as I'm aging and like seen it in other people and in parents and stuff that like I'm fearful. Like I want to live a long, happy, healthy life. That's all I want. You know what I mean? I want to be here as healthy as I can for as long as I can. Like, and so that's why I think I'm so invested right now. Like, I really, truly am. Like, I know there's things I could do better for sure. There always is. But I don't want, like you always say, like, where's the happy medium? Like, where can you live? You know?
I don't think it's a happy medium. I think it's a realistic medium because everybody.
But that makes it happy too.
I think every kind of conversation you ever, or when you start having any conversation with health, eating, or exercise, and you're starting to talk that you want to do A, B, and C, take a second and just think, how realistic is this going? Even if you do for a month, if that month means doing whatever you're choosing, eating or working out, but you're going to be just angry, why is that good? Why? Because if you're angry, then the people around you are going to be angry. Family, it's gonna virus into your whole life, kids, whatever. So what's the benefit of that? That you lost 10 pounds? I don't think that's smart at all. To be stressed out for a month to get there. No. If you live on your own and you just go to work and you have a choice to hang out with friends, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't see the happiness behind that. So I'd rather take 25% of that and just, you know what, instead of just going full force, I'm going to meal prep for a month. There. That's something that you can do, or I'm going to take 25% off of whatever I eat or drink on a daily, or I just be more realistic. Then full-fledged into it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You're cute. I just think, you know, as I keep aging, I want to keep improving my body. I just want it to take me to the end and keep it strong.
You want to improve your body, like okay.
I want to make sure that there is enough muscle and strength in there to keep me from injuring myself or falling down and breaking a hip, or, you know, and ideally I'm a long ways away from any of this, but you never know, right? Like if you become like, look at my mom. She told me the other day, she's gardening. She picks something up or she leans somewhere. Her sciatica joint, like she can't sit. She can't sit.
So she's now we're going back to the
so much pain.
The brush your teeth analogy. If you don't take care of your teeth, what happens 20 years later? You know, unfortunately, you can't get a whole new body, but teeth, you can get dentures, veneers or something.
Dentures.
But
too.
The analogy makes sense. I do like that analogy.
You know, and not that my mom is out of shape per se, but I keep telling her, I'm like, you need to invest in your body, Mom. Like, you need to be doing more than what you're doing. Like, you need to either get in a yoga class or get in a stretching class or find a group of women that want to take up cycling. Like, I hate cycling. I hate it. But like, find where something, like I had to find something that makes me happy. I know that I have to wake up in the morning. I have to go into our bedroom where I do a YouTube free video. I have weights. I have a yoga mat. I have bands. I have everything I need in there. I get that done in 30 to 40 minutes and I'm done.
Okay. So what if people, going to like, what can you do? And like, what do we do? So that's like what Jess does. She has to get it out in the morning.
Have to,
or she won't do it. For me,
I know I won't.
I do it when I get the like motivation to that I'm going to push myself the hardest I can go. Because if you go in there and we've all been there half-assed and it like, I'm not going to finish it off. Like when you get that kick and motivation, just go do something.
I think for me, it's hard too, because like I get up and I get ready for work.
So that's
right?
what I thought. That's
so
why you
I put makeup on and I do my hair every single day almost, you know what I mean? Except for sometimes on the weekends. Because we have a home-based business, I sell live, so I have to get going with my day. So for me, if I just push it out, then I don't spend, the problem is I would spend the day dreading it, being like, oh, I still got to work out. And then if, let's say, we pick up Aria from school and we're like, hey, let's go out for dinner. And I'm like, oh, but I didn't work out. at least if I did it in the morning, it is done. So if you're like me, if you're a procrastinator, you know you're not going to probably do it. You're going to dread it all day long. Trust me when I say this, if you can just push it out first thing in the morning, you'll be so much happier.
Yeah, and we know that, I mean, we have friends.
Everybody's different, though.
That, I have to go somewhere to work out. And,
I get that, too.
I totally get it. It gives you the motivation. So I would say initially, like, if you need to go there to get that motivation, but if you can, this day and age, always find a way to do it at home, it just makes so much sense for me because the drive there and back is going to be time. Then the workout's going to be time. I mean, it adds up. It could be 2 hours just to go do a half-hour workout, where at home you could do it, you're home, and you're done.
Plus, don't give me an excuse telling me that you can't. You don't have weights, you don't have this, you don't need any of that. I have done workouts. You can do it on your rug. I promise you, everybody's got a phone these days or a television, a smart TV, right? You can do body weight workout that will whoop
let's be, this is a broken record. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows
people like
you
to make
don't need
excuses.
it. It's the hardest part is the do. The want is always there. The the do is the hard part. So how do you get yourself to that state of doing it? And I think once you start anything, I always say whatever it is, you have to do 30 days. You have to commit 30 days, whether it be eating differently or whatever. To find or see some kind of result. And the result, again, could be mental, could be just, I feel a little, not as foggy or focused or something. So I think 30 days, not a week, and then you assess it from there. But if you can find a way to do it at home.
You know what else I've found too? So I was just working out at home and I just go in there and go on YouTube, and I have a couple people I like to follow, or I'd be like, oh, I really don't feel like working today. So I'll just do a 20-minute. So I'd search a 20-minute workout. Well, it was making me lazy and I wasn't really doing it. So now instead of that, I follow a program, either a 2-week program. Then when that's done, I know it's coming to an end. So I'll find a new 2-week program. Well, right now I'm doing this one. It's called Summertime Fine. Her name is Sydney Cummings. If you want to search her on YouTube, I have been following this chick forever. She's fantastic. She will motivate you.
Had a baby last year.
Yeah, she worked out through her whole dang pregnancy. This girl's lifting more weight than I am with a belly out to here, and I'm just sitting and I'm huffing and puffing and dying. And I was like, okay, Jessica, if there is any more motivation than that, you're like, I can do this. But she's got a 3-month program to get you ready for the summer, and it's all laid out for you. It's right there. So now I know, okay, I completed day 8 yesterday. Today I did day 9. Tomorrow I'll do day 10. I'll do 11, 12. I'll take the weekend off. I'll come back. It's easy. It doesn't mean it's not easy in the fact I just go in there and do it.
I agree with finding a daily 30-day program.
It leads me. So I don't have any room for swaying or making excuses, because I will make the excuse.
Yeah, because we've all been there. You spend 10 minutes just searching something to work out, right? Or, sometimes I'll watch something and work out without following something. So I think focus is, you're having your own trainer. What we have access to, there's no excuses anymore. And you don't have to pay
a dime for it.
Yeah, there's no more excuses, I think.
That alone is magic.
And when I say going back to, if you're going to go on this path of a 30-day and you have a partner, you have a family, I think getting them involved as much as you can.
Support system,
to do it with you or do something with you. I almost say you have to.
Or just what do they call it? A accountability partner? Yeah. Somebody, if you're doing it with a girlfriend and you check in.
And that's what I was going to go to, a friend too.
Every now and again, I'm pretty big on our Aria Rhyme boutique social media platform. And, I know I probably annoy the hell out of some people with my workouts in the morning, oh God. But the amount of people that have actually messaged me within a day saying I wasn't going to do anything. And then I saw you do it and I got all pissed off about it. So I was whatever, I'm just going to go do it. And then went for a 30-minute walk or something. And I was good for you. I'm really proud of you, because I've been in that space. I know what it feels like to be unmotivated. I know what it feels like to have depression. I know what it feels like to just be screw this. I'm not seeing any results. I'm done. I don't want to do this. I know how to have my body so sore that I am I can't go in there and do it. I can't even sit on the freaking toilet because my legs are so sore and trembling. I know what that feels like. So if whatever it is to push you and give you that motivation and learning that, you guys, it will change your life. So if you do follow me on social and I annoy you, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for that one. I'm not.
Yeah. So it's just finding ways what can you do in your daily life, in your position, that's doable, realistic, and just start small so you gain the little gains and will turn into big ones as you compile them together. And I just don't shoot for the moon that in 2 months. I'm
small. Start small.
And we've all been there. Guys, girls. I'm going on vacation in 2 months. I want to be this.
Oh, right. That's the biggest one.
Totally get it.
I'm going to be in a bathing suit. So I need to look this way. You don't need to look anyway. You have a body, put it in the goddamn bathing suit.
Or instead of, maybe search. Let's say you do. I want to lose this much and feel this way. That's going to take
crazy discipline.
Yeah. So what I mean, once you research, instead of just being like, I'm going on here, I need to get here, and you just start doing it, I'm just going to work out super heavy. Find out what you actually need to do, the full on plan, and then be like, it's not that you can't do it, but is it realistic, and will you be happy throughout the process? Because you want to enjoy it, or you'll do it, hate it, and never go back to it.
Like, I hate protein shakes. Like, I remember years ago,
what do you hate about
ago. Well, I mean, no, I'm talking like, I had this boyfriend and he was like crazy into fitness. So it was like you ate eggs and then you had a protein shake. And I'm talking like you just mixed it with water in one of those things and you just chugged it back because it was like protein and your calories. And then you had this for lunch and then you had this and then you just had chicken.
Sure.
And I was like, after 2 days, I was like, heck no, no way. This sucks. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. So I know that about myself. Like, I know.
Well, that's the thing. That's a good point.
Food is like a love language to me. Like, I love food, not to a point where I have I don't think I have a bad relationship with it, but I really truly enjoy food. That's why I love travel so much. Like, food and travel are just
Speaking on food, I think here's another thing that we try to do, but again, we don't do it. Go through your pantry, go through your fridge, and look. I treat food,
out of sight, out of mind.
Yep, I treat it just like a child. If all kids love candy, right? And every time we have something here, I'm like. And Aria wants something, and every time she opens the door and you see it, I'm like, just get rid of it. She won't ask for it if it's not here.
Just get rid of it.
It's very easy. So that's something, again, it takes no time to do on a daily basis. Do it, clean it out, try it for 30 days, gut it out, see what happens, and see how you feel in 30 days and maybe how you look. And if you get rid of a lot of food, then that's doable. It's not asking a lot. It's just...
I think every little part of this comes back to willpower.
Yeah. Everybody listening, and we know we know what to do.
Oh yeah, I don't need anybody to tell me. I know. I just need to implement it all.
So how do you get to
willpower?
Willpower, friend. This is the accountability partner. Mm-hmm. Someone else. Hey, friend, do you want to go with me on this? And let's do it together. Let's check in. Let's go through this journey together.
For sure.
So again, if you have a friend, if you have a partner, I think that is huge. Again, it's free. You don't have to Can I pay you, trainer, to call me?
Not saying that there's anything wrong for trainers and stuff like that. Some people do. Some people do need that as their accountability partner because they've paid for it now, so they're not giving up on that. You know what I mean? It's like my hard-earned money is in this now, so I'd
be open to have a nutritionist, trainer that could test blood, allergies, a whole panel of look, okay, we know your body, we know your body type, we know your movement, we know you are intermediate, whatever. Mm-hmm. Here's what I would say going forward what am I, 42 or 3? 43. Here's what I see for the next 7 years. I think you're going to be good to go if you just stay this path, maybe cut back on this. That's all I want. I want 1 hour could change my whole life. But here's the thing, unfortunately, it's not all out there. It's going to cost you a lot of money.
And then finding that person to do it.
This person, nutritionist, it's unfair that is the case, but there are a lot of platforms out there online that you can follow, you can look. There's no more excuses.
There's so much information, and I think that is part of the problem. Is too much information can be so overwhelming, especially when you're just trying to start. And like Zach kept saying, just start with one little thing. Even if it's just going for a walk, the vitamin D is going to be good for you. It'll be good for your soul and your mind and everything.
Piggyback. Go for a walk, listen to a podcast. Go for a walk, listen to your favorite audiobook. You just did 2 things. Do 3 things in one.
Every 20 minutes, stop and do a bunch of squats or something. You know what I mean?
Run in place.
It works.
Yeah. But it's... You just, I always, even back in the day, I was like, how do you hack your time and everything you do? Because if you don't want to do it, how do you implement more things? So if you go for a walk, you listen to an audiobook, you're getting exercise, you're getting leisure, you like to read, you're getting vitamin D.
What if you could walk to work? If you could walk to work, you could combine things.
Yeah, or walk to lunch.
Yep.
Just think about the
Remember
little
when I used
wins.
to walk to work from our house when we lived down on Tremont?
To Vitalucci's?
Yeah.
Yes. And I would run up there.
Yeah.
To you.
We were crazy.
Yeah. When you walked, that was a little.
That was a long ass walk.
You're going to serve and.
Yeah, and I was sweaty. I had to go into like the cooler to cool down because I was so hot and sweaty.
But you did it.
I did it. I didn't do it too many times.
But try to find when you're really trying to get into it or back into it, the small wins. Just small wins. Write a list or just whatever. What doesn't take time that you could change, whether it be the portion control, what's in your pantry. These are all very free things to do that you could see gains from, small gains. And then once you see the feeling it gives you, you're going to want to do more. And then you get to the point like 3 months in working out, she's like...
It kind of has like a natural high.
Yeah.
In certain,
So find the realistic, easy ways to get back into it and then just keep piggybacking and building on it. And you will feel...
I wonder if you guys have any pointers for us, because we're always open.
Yeah, this is everything that we do. This is what we do, and what it works for us.
We love life hacks and like fitness hacks and stuff. And like, hopefully us sharing this with you isn't meant to like get your ass off the couch and go do it. Like, it's not meant like that, you know?
Well, that's why I keep saying it's got to be realistic.
Yeah. It's like, maybe there's one little thing that we said that you're like, wow, I didn't even think of that. I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody because I am no better than anybody else. You know what I mean? I got all my problems and strengths and weaknesses, you know?
I'd be curious to know that everybody taking any kind of pill for if they take daily vitamins.
You mean a pill for what? For weight loss?
Yeah. I wonder because
it's not really a pill. Most of them are a shot. You inject yourself with something.
Okay. Because I mean, another like very quickly thing to do is like, are you taking, the correct vitamins?
Yeah, but how do you even know what that is?
I mean, you got to do some research, you're going to go to some kind of grocery store at some point and, is there somewhere there or I mean, you got to be very careful. Yeah. Because there's advertisements involved. But I mean, I found things that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is supposed to be like really good, but everything's got something bad in it. Everything's going to give you cancer. I get it, but food that you're going to eat anyways, is probably the best way to start. I mean, like we make like little shots of like turmeric and ginger shots. If you have
immunity boosting shots.
I mean, all these things are, once it's done. It's in your fridge. I mean, you don't got to do anything after that. It's something that is not going to take a half hour of your time per day. That is a little small win, and wait 30 days and see how you feel and kind of go from there.
Small wins.
Yes.
Just got to get some small wins.
Yes.
Small wins equal big ones.
Yes. So we always want to know what you guys are doing, what works for you, as Jess said.
If you have a hack or something, please, send us a message, tag us somewhere. We love it. That's how we learn, is from others. You know what I mean? That's where I get the most successful things in my life, is from other people that I know or I trust, or that I'm like, this makes sense.
And everybody is different too. Even me and Jess are different. Jess will work out here, of course, in the morning. I'm like, I'll just do it when I'm motivated. I'll bring a kettlebell in my car, drop Aria off somewhere, and I'm like, there's got to be
drop her off somewhere just in the wild. Yeah. You're like, you just go. I'm gonna work out right here. No,
and I'll just search for a close by park, and I'll bring a kettlebell, and I might look goofy, but I'm done in a half hour. I'm outside doing it. I'm getting vitamin D, and put my headphones and watch a video on YouTube. And I mean, everybody's different. So again, you gotta, when you watch something on social or something,
just move your body.
Just move.
At the end of the day, just move your body.
Move your body, and
I know, even if you're like, why I sit at a desk, move your body. Get one of those bouncy balls. I could never do that, but
no.
Or now there's stand-up desks that you can put on your treadmill so you can walk.
All this costs money though.
True.
See, that's the thing. It depends where you are.
Fight with your boss to get you the treadmill desk.
Sure, but we all know there's ways to make our life better. So instead of going full force to the hardest one, just little ones at a time. Trust me, I could have a conversation with anybody and be like, "What about this? What about that? Have you ever tried this?" Not saying you have to, but everybody knows what to do. It's just to do. So if you don't have the motivation to do it, maybe start there. Why don't I have the motivation to do it? I'm always tired. Why are you always so tired? And then you start diving deep. Oh my God, I'm not taking a vitamin. I'm not getting enough vitamin D. Or
not getting enough sleep too is really actually
the sleep is a big one.
And true good sleep. People sleeping their phones are on and the TV's on and all this bad lighting. There's so many things.
There's a lot, but a lot of these things are free to change. It's just hard to do. So every time you can't do something or don't want to, try to figure out why. Why don't I? Why am I not motivated to do this? I'm sad about this. This happened. Okay. How can I get happy about that thing? How can I flip the coin over and figure out ways to make it better. There's always a better way to think about something to be happy, I think.
It's true.
So
This
thanks
is,
for
this is like, welcome to the TED Talk with Zach Gittler.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening to us, you guys. We're gonna end it there. And again, we always say follow us on all the platforms. You can watch us everywhere. Like, comment, all that world. And if you guys ever have any questions, just let us know.
Thanks for listening, and good luck in your fitness and 40s.
It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep.